Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoot, back with the UPC Majors Season 6, Week number 5, and we are taking on, I actually forgot who we're taking on this week, the Boca Raton Raticates, coached by that boy Troy. Yeah, my boy Troy, solid battler. We battled him twice in the previous season of the UPC Minors. I don't know if that was Season 1 or Season 2. I think it was Season 1 Minors. And we played once in the regular season where I think I defeated him 4-0, and we played once again in the semifinals where I think I defeated him 2 or 3-0. So he's definitely got vengeance on his mind. Definitely wants to defeat the man he cannot defeat, and I'm here to stop him. I'm here to play my game and not let him win. So yeah, let's keep that in mind. And yeah, he's got Z Captain Tapu Koko, Z Captain Greninja. We got Z Captain Infernape and Z Captain Hydreigon. And he also has Mega Gallade, Salamence, Registeel, darMANitan, Nidoking, Blissey, Uxie, Blastoise, and the Gorgas. Where the following remainder of our roster is Clefable, Bronzong, Superior, Zapdos, Donphan, Snorlax, Pukamaku, Mega Banette, and Vivillon. And as you see on screen, we're bringing our Z Captain once again with the Z move. Except it's the Fire MZ this time, not the Fatinium. Alright, so we got the Sunny Day Flamethrower. So basically I can use the Fire MZ on Sunny Day and have Z Sunny Day, which not only sets the sun, but multiplies my speed by 1.5. And Sunny Day boost Flamethrower's damage output and other fire type damage output. I can also use the Fire MZ. This is a one-time move, mind you, which most competitive battlers know that already. But I can use the Fire MZ either on Sunny Day or Flamethrower. I'm not, forced to use it on one or the other. So, say the situation comes up where Z Sunny Day, setting the sun up and giving myself +1 speed is a lot better than an Inferno Overdrive, then that's the play. Close combat's there for, like Registeel, darMANitan, Blissey, especially Blissey, and the Blastoise, where Flamethrower basically hits everything else, and Hidden Power Ice is there for the Salamence. This thing, I need rocks up, I need to let the game play out, and then I need to find a situation where, everything's around 60% or less, and I need to find a way to bring Infernape in and get a Z Sunny Day off without dying. If I can get a Z Sunny Day off without dying, I can potentially win with an Infernape sweep under the sun. Potential mons that can stop that is like Choice Scarf Koko, Choice Scarf Greninja, and like if he's like a really bulky Blastoise with Rain Dance or something, then he could counter my sun. But yeah, outside of that, he doesn't have the best switch-ins to Flamethrower in the sun and close combat in general. Like I have 0 attack investment, but close combat's still doing a hefty amount to Registeel, Blissey, darMANitan, Greninja, etc., etc. However, Blastoise could be a problem. Uxie could be a problem. Yeah, definitely could. Oh, also I'm the Blaze ability, so if I'm like 25% or less with the sun up, Flamethrower is doing a hella ton of damage. Hella ton. Alright, that's enough about Infernape though. We'll talk about the boy, the renegade of the team, the Life Orb Hydreigon with Dragon Pulse, only stab, and packing Earth Power as my coverage for Koko, for Registeel, potentially darMANitan as well. It hits Nidoking a little bit harder than Dragon Pulse does. Just a little bit though. And yeah, no Dark Pulse, so not really worried about that though. Taunt and Roost, which is nice. Taunt prevents things from like Registeel, no Thunder Wave, no Stealth Rocks, no Curse. Nidoking prevents Stealth Rocks from Nidoking. Toxic, Taunt, Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, whatever Blissey might want to be running, it prevents that. Same for Uxie, Stealth Rocks, or any kind of weird shenanigans with status or something like that. And yeah, Roost, again, negating that Life Orb damage. like I mentioned in previous team builders when talking about Hydreigon. So next up we got Mr. Kaplan. Unaware leftovers Clefable here with Wish, Protect, Moonblast, and Calm Mind. Pretty what's the word? Simple. Pretty simple set here. Again, my opponent has 2 resist to Fairy, being Registeel, darMANitan, and I guess Nidoking as well. Actually, Registeel and Nidoking are the actual, resist, and darMANitan resist nothing. Its defense stats resist nothing. Protect, Wish, Moonblast, Calm Mind. So if I can beat down the Registeel and the Nidoking, and I get a Calm Mind up, this thing's potent. This thing's also a defensive counter to Mega Gallade. I get the Unaware ability, so Swords Dance doesn't scare me. Poison Jab into Poison Jab can't kill me. However, since I'm unaware, I can take Stealth Rocks. I can take a high roll Zen Headbutt into a high roll Poison Jab, and it potentially knocks me out. So yeah, that's pretty scary, and got to keep a lookout for that. Otherwise, Clefable just comes in, clicks Moonblast, potentially passes a Wish off to something like Bronzong, Donphan, or Pukemaku, and yeah, we'll see about that. Because like darMANitan with Sheer Force, it blows through Clefable, it blows through Donphan, and it actually blows through Pukemaku as well, which is pretty scary. But I brought them all, and I brought like Infernape and Hydreigon, so I should be able to play around darMANitan being the huge threat that it is. In some sort, whether it be offensive or defensive fashion, I should be able to play around it. So next up we got Bronzong. Got my Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, and Toxic. Like I said, darMANitan being a threat, so I'd like to catch it on the switch in with an Earthquake if possible. Like if he knows I'm going to get my rocks up and he wants to switch into darMANitan to prevent the 25% chip, then I could potentially bop him with Earthquake. Throw off Toxics, catch things like Mega Gallade, Koko, Blissey, Uxie, such and such. Earthquake and Gyro Ball then just wears him down completely. I got the Cobra Berry there. Say he brings Greninja, and he leads Greninja, or he gets Greninja in on Bronzong, and I know he's going to click Dark Pulse, I can just click Stealth Rock. If I know he's going to click Taunt, I can click Earthquake and get a little chip on him, and then proceed. Like, say he takes Stealth Rock with Grin, and I get Earthquake. I've got prior Earthquake damage on him, correct? Say he took rocks, switched in on Bronzong, took an Earthquake earlier, and he got rid of rocks somehow, and then he has the Grin versus Bronzong matchup again, and predicted my rocks. He clicks Taunt, and I just click the Earthquake. Then the following turn he clicks Dark Pulse, thinking he's going to knock me out, and then I click Earthquake again, revealing that my Cobra Berry allows me to survive, and the second Earthquake would knock him out after a round of rocks, and the third Earthquake. So that would be hype. But again, it's all situational, and it's just things that you got to take in consideration. And like a lot of people can find certain scenarios in draft battles through mock battles. I don't do mock battles most of the time. Some rare occasions I find prep difficult, and I will have a couple mocks and see like what is the weakness in this prep, what can I do to make it better, or am I just doomed? But yeah, that's the general idea. I try to have mocks in my mind without actually having to have a battle, and I think that's why there's some scenarios that I never see coming. Anyways, we got a leftover sturdy Earthquake, Ice Shard, Protect, Rapid Spin, Donphan with max HP, max Spadef. Why is it max HP, max Spadef? Because this is my Koko answer. Or really, I didn't have anything else. And it kind of answers Nidoking as well. It would be better if it had an Assault Vest, since I don't have to run Stealth Rock. But I wanted to run Protect here because of I want to be able to scout for Grass Knot on the Koko, Ice Punch on Gallade, Surf or Dark Pulse. What are you going to go for with Greninja and such and such. It also allows me to get a little bit of leftovers recovery, which is pretty solid, not going to lie. Last but not least, we have Puka-Maku, another unaware mon, because Mega Gallade is a fucking huge threat. And I want to be able to turn all of his Pokemon into water types and toxic them. That way, all of his Pokemon are toxic and on a timer. Things like Registeel and Nidoking can be turned into water types with Soak, and then toxic with toxic, and then I can recover, stall, sub, recover. I got substitute on a Puka-Maku. Think about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the battle. Alright, so here we are with the replay. My opponent chooses to bring the Greninja, Torrent ability only, Tapu Koko, Uxie, Blissey, darMANitan, and the Mega Gallade. So Uxie and Blissey looks to be a not so fun team to try to break. Luckily, I do have Hydreigon and Infernape, which is actually pretty solid, and to try to actually break through his core, I do have ways to check all of his mons. If outside of like Choice Band darMANitan, it just comes in and 2-hit KO something. But outside of that, Puka-Maku is a soft check. Outside of that, I feel very comfortable in the match. Mega Gallade's a problem, but it's always a problem. So really, you just need if you don't have a counter, don't try to check it. Mega Gallade will defeat your checks. If you have a counter, though, a counter is good, or a revenge killer. One of the two. A check won't work. Mega Gallade will find its way around your checks. That being said, my opponent could lead Greninja. It's the first mon of his 6. Potentially a spike setter. Potentially has taunt to prevent any of my 4 stealth rockers from setting up stealth rocks. Could have gunk shot, could have ice beam, surf. Toxic spikes is pretty solid against my team. Yeah, lots of different things like that. Tapu Koko could also be his lead. He could be a Volt Switch or a U-turn variant. U-turn makes sense. Taunt, Grass Knot makes sense with maybe Gigavolt Havoc. That's a pretty solid mon versus me. Uxie is likely a Stealth Rock, U-turn knockoff, Psychic set or something like that. I don't really see, I have Hydreigon and Bronzong. I don't see Uxie being an offensive threat, and its offensive stats are really poor anyway. But it could be a problem defensively for things like Infernape, and like if I had potentially like maybe another offensive threat that I could have brought. He could have used a Fat Psychic to potentially check it. But Blissey doesn't look too problematic since I do have like Close Combat Infernape, and I have like Bronzong. Plus I have Puka-Maku, which is pretty solid. Yeah, it is very solid with Soak, sub-Soak, pretty sure. darMANitan, like I said, it's a problem. Mega Gallade's a problem, and yeah, basically, he's got like really like 4 very offensive Pokemon and a very solid defensive backbone that's gonna be hard to break. So this game looked rough, like I said in prep, but yeah, here we are. We're gonna try. You know, that's all a man can do. So we lead off with Hydreigon. He leads off with the Koko, and now I'm assuming at this point that he is not Choice Scarf. I'm pretty sure he's not Choice Scarf Koko, because if he was, he could have just U-turned out or Volt Switched out. So he's definitely not Choice Scarf. But that being said, he also gains information on my Hydreigon, and he learns that I'm not Choice Scarfed. He knew he wasn't, so he knew that if I was and I switched out, I would switch out first. But since he switched out first, he knows I'm not Choice Scarf either. And now he gets his Blissey in as I get my Bronzong in. So decent kind of thing there. I did not pull the trigger on the Earthquake there, although I should have, because darMANitan's such a huge threat. But I didn't, and I regret that. But I do get my Stealth Rocks up, so that's a plus. However, darMANitan is in, darMANitan is here, and he just clicks U-turn, and he gets a critical hit, which is going to kind of be the theme of the match, is a critical hit here with darMANitan. Gets a nice U-turn crit off and does 40%, which is just insane amounts of damage. It brings in his Tapu Koko, so now I'm locked into this cycle of Volt Turn. But he actually reveals Defog, and that he does have the U-turn. So going Greninja there actually did not benefit. I mean, Donphan there did not benefit me. But I do click Earthquake, predicting the darMANitan this time. But he goes into Greninja and sets up Toxic Spikes actually, which isn't too huge of an issue, except for the fact that he goes hard into darMANitan, forcing me to actually, first of all, I have to take this hit and get my wish back. But he's actually going to get a critical hit Fire Punch, so that actually screws everything up. I could have went Pyukamaku here, which would have been solid. I really want to get rid of these Toxic Spikes though. I don't want Pyukamaku poisoned. I could have went to Hydreigon here, and didn't, like, Fire Punch wouldn't do as much as Flare Blitz would have. But here I have to protect and gain my wish back, since he got the critical hit, and I'm not just able to throw off a wish and click Moonblast. Instead, I'm forced to click the protect. And here, Fire Punch does way too much to Donphan, so I'm forced to go into Pyukamaku. But it seems with toxic damage that I'm potentially going to be just 2-hit KO'd by Fire Punch here. But somehow I survive. I get the recover off. It's not actually going to matter in the long scheme of things, because I have to use a 2-turn. I have to use 2 turns to Toxic Water types, and I have to 1 turn Toxic and then 1 turn Recover to, always be at a healthy amount for darMANitan. But it's just not happening. I can't get, I die before I get 2 turns off. So I'm going to attempt to get Stealth Rocks up and force his Koko to defog, because I don't think Donphan can at this point. Perhaps if I get him in on the Blissey, I can't right here because he's going to go for the Seismic Toss, likely. But he actually reveals the eject button and gets to go out to his Mega Gallade. And here I tried to hope that he maybe would over-predict my Clefable to come in and go for Zen Headbutt or Poison Jab. So I actually stayed in with my Hydreigon, and I was behind, so I just made a play there, and it did not work out. And I just bring in Clefable here, click Moonblast. It does a hefty amount to Koko, but Gallade is safe. Gallade's still safe, and he realizes that darMANitan's a huge threat, so he immediately gets those rocks going, even if it means forfeiting his own Toxic Spikes and his own rocks. But here I get my wish back with Donphan, which is super solid, because, Donphan can now take another Fire Punch from darMANitan and knock him out from full with Earthquake, which is super duper hype. Here I have the potential to go into Pyukamaku, but health on Clefable meant a little bit more than Pyukamaku's health. What I'm going to do here, though, is actually sack off Pyukamaku, because this Flare Blitz should be a 2-hit KO, and it is after leftovers and toxic damage. And I don't really have another play, really. What I need to do is I need to get rid of the Toxic Spikes once again and then go into Infernape. But he's giving me a chance to get my rocks back up once again. As he goes for the knockoff once again. I go into Bronzong, but I've already lost my item. Here he goes hard into darMANitan once again, and I did not pull the trigger on Earthquake again. But I do get my rocks up, so now I'm in an okay position, except for darMANitan stays in here, locked into a fire type attack. He stays in, and he actually gets a benefit here. And I go for the Z Sunny Day, which boosts my speed, but the close combat, not able to pick up the kill, and it looks like I'm going to suffer defeat here with a sun boosted darMANitan just going ham, and I get 6-0'd. I think the match was a lot closer than it a 6-0 says, or a 5-0. I guess I survived. Even a 5-0 says I think the match was a whole lot closer, but it was unfortunate that darMANitan crit my Pyukamaku with U-turn and also crit my Clefable with Fire Punch. Is very unfortunate. And had I pulled the trigger on either of the Bronzong Earthquakes on the darMANitan, then it would have died to close combat, and maybe Inferno could have put in enough work for the rest of my team to save the day, and that would have been pretty high. But we do lose here in week number 5. But my opponent was undefeated, so it was destiny. He should go undefeated and go to the finals, like I did in the previous season, and I'm going to try to meet him there, hopefully. We are in opposing conferences, and we both do lead our conferences at this point. Him being 5-0 and me being 3-2. So yeah, let me know what you thought about the prep on both sides and the play. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.